Passionate, driven, enthusiastic, euphoric. This is who we are as entrepreneurs. But how we leverage these incredible attributes to dream and build businesses that scale and grow is what this podcast is all about. Hello, I'm attorneypreneur Josh Brown, and welcome to Franchise Euphoria. Hello, everyone. Josh Brown here. Welcome to another episode of Franchise Euphoria and a quick tip today. And today's tip is titled, Find Your Mojo, Then Find Your Business. So too many people I'm seeing are contacting me and asking, hey, what business should I buy? What business should I buy? What's the hot franchise? What should I get into? And over and over and over again, I walk them through a process of saying, hey, let's take a step back from what business should I buy to first, let's figure out what gets you excited, what gets you going. You have to first find your mojo before you find your business. Otherwise, you're going to have a lack of passion for what you do, and you're going to have a lack of purpose for where you're going. And I'm not just saying all this stuff. I mean, this really resonates with me. In 2006, I graduated from law school with a law degree, a job, and really a naive optimism about what my future might look like. I thought I would work my way through the ranks of a law firm, become a partner, and live happily ever after. I soon realized how foolish all of that thinking was. Not that I was thinking of the impossible. I mean, certainly it was plausible and it was within reach, but it was never what I really wanted. And yet, through the first 4 years as a practicing attorney, I always wondered why I wasn't happy. Why was I always asking myself, is this it? Why was I daydreaming about a career and legal life that was so different from what I was actually experiencing? I now know why I was thinking those thoughts, but back then it was a real struggle, a frustrating struggle to figure it out. I worked at several different law firms for an appellate judge and gained some tremendous experience along the way, but I never felt happy or satisfied about what I was doing or where I was headed. And while many people work jobs they don't like, for me, I simply could not get comfortable with it. And I kept thinking to myself, kept going back and saying, man, why did I go into six-figure law school debt so that I could do work I really don't enjoy? That does not make sense on any level. And it was really not until I began to take stock of what got me going, what got me excited, that I really started to figure out what I was passionate about and started to create a vision for my future. And that led me down the path I'm on today, which is my truest path. So what I want to get across to everyone listening, if you're right now thinking about what your next move is, what kind of opportunities are out there for you. The thing about opportunities is they come when you get crystal clear on where it is you're going and what it is you want to do. I find that with people who are crystal clear in their thinking and they're excited, opportunities seem to come about. And I think part of that is when you're really passionate about what you're doing and you really feel like you have a purpose in which you're moving, doors will open up for you. But here's the question, how do you do it? I mean, how do you figure this out? I know it's easy for me to sit here and say, find your passion, find your purpose, then find your business. But here's the deal. Here's an exercise I went through myself, and it's really rather a simple exercise, but it's powerful and what you'll discover from it. First, you need to ask yourself, what is it that I am passionate about? Nothing is off limits. Doesn't matter if it's business related, sports related, arts related, just doesn't matter. The important part is that you write it all down. Once you have a list of all the things that get you going, that get you excited and light your fire, that you know you enjoy doing, Now make a separate list of all your work or work-related experiences. This includes non-legal work, non-business work, non-accounting work, whatever it is that you do, non-corporate work, and things other than just jobs. Have you volunteered with organizations or done work-related things that have impacted you, but you may not have been paid for? Think back throughout your life about the work experiences you've had. Once you list all of these, write down what you enjoyed about each of these experiences, and then in a separate column, what you did not enjoy. Once you do this, you'll have a list of things you're passionate about and a list of your work and work-related experiences and what you enjoyed and did not enjoy about these experiences. And one of the things that will happen as you go through this exercise is that you'll start to notice patterns and themes. You'll begin to see as you look back on your experiences from the past that you've really been moving in certain directions throughout your life, moving towards things and away from things. The insight you gain from looking back on the experiences you have already been through will be powerful and insightful. Pay attention to what you find. Pay attention to the things that you did and are doing that are reminiscent of who you are and what you like to do, and you will be on your way. The single greatest thing that I did that gave me the momentum and the push to launch my own practice and build my own business in the way that I wanted to build it was this one thing. I made the conscious decision to walk away from the life others envisioned for me and into the life that I knew I was meant to live. My hope is that through this exercise, you will begin to do the same thing for yourself if you have not already done so. And that's the tip of the day. Find your mojo, then find your business. Don't do it in reverse. It very rarely ever works out if you do it in reverse. Hope you enjoyed this tip. Love to hear your thoughts, and please tune in on Thursday for another outstanding and interesting interview this week. Thanks again. Talk soon.
Thanks for being with us today on the Franchise Euphoria podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, please be sure to go to iTunes and provide a review. Also, please remember that although Josh Brown is a licensed and practicing attorney, nothing contained in this podcast should be construed as legal advice, because it is not. The information contained in this podcast is general and educational in nature, and none of it should be relied upon as legal advice. That being said, if you have questions for Josh and would like to contact him, please email him at josh@franchiseeuphoria.com. Thank you so much for listening, and we hope you tune in to our next weekly episode.